speech dari Menteri Hukum dan Hak Asasi Manusia sekaligus membuka secara resmi Konferensi Internasional Literasi Agama Lintas Budaya kepada yang terhormat Profesor Yasonna Laoly, SH, Ph.D.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. First of all, please accept my apology for being late 42 minutes to this conference. Jakarta sometimes we have problems with traffic jam. I should be here. Normally I should be here from my residence, 40 minutes from my residence. I left 8:10, so I should be here 10 minutes before the conference started. Unfortunately, due to the heavy traffic jams, I read in the paper, online paper, 7 kilometers traffic jam from my residence. So, even though I have a motorcade as a minister, that's the work of a minister. They have, in Indonesia, I have a motorcade, but it didn't help. But had I didn't have it, maybe I'll be here 1 hour 40 minutes late. It could be. Anyway, thank you. And what you have in your scarf is made by Image Reasons from Lampung. And the dancers, also my image from women prison in Jakarta. We are talented. So many prisoners are talented. If you give them chance, they will show their talents. Thank you very much. I would like to address Director General of Human Rights, Minister of Human Rights, Excellency ambassadors, representatives like ambassadors from Morocco, Holland, number of excellencies in here. Thank you. Pak Edwin Surajaya, my colleague, supervisor of the board of Leimena Institute, my senior, Pak Alwi Shihab, His Excellency, Pak Alwi Shihab, senior fellow from Leimena Institute, of course, Executive Director of Leimena, Mr. Matthias Ho, from friends of mine. We started know each other when we were in graduate study in the United States long time ago, about in the 80s, yeah? In the 80s, long time ago. And Al-Mukarram, Dr. Asusani, he will be inaugurated as a member of, as a constitutional court judge. I hope being there, you will no problem anymore with constitution. Al-Mukarram, Dr. Nazarul Umar, Grand Imam Istiqlal Mosque, thank you, Prof. His Excellency Muhammad Vice President of the United Nations, Human Rights Council, and my colleague, a friend, Dr. Brett Schwartz, Director of the International Center for Law and Religious Studies at Brigham University. You finally made Indonesia after we met in London, in Oxford University, and also Greg Michel. I hope you enjoy Indonesia, Jakarta, not the traffic jam. Madam Nadine Menzer, President of the International Religious Freedom. Thank you for all the speech or the addressing of this conference. A very good point to all of us. I'm pleased to welcome you all to this international conference on cross-cultural religious literacy, held in cooperation with the Leimena Institute and the support of foreign counterparts, namely the International Center for Law and Religious Studies at Brigham University Law School, the International Religious Freedom Secretariat, and the Templeton Religion Trust. We extend our high appreciation and sincere gratitude to all supporting parties and to the organizing committee for making such an excellent arrangement to ensure that this important event be successful and serve its purpose. The conference is held to promote human rights in commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights with the theme, Human Dignity and Rule of Law for a peaceful and inclusive society. This theme is very relevant to our current efforts in promoting human dignity and enforcing the required rule of law to maintain a peaceful and inclusive society. Human dignity is the core of inherent human rights that must be guaranteed by government and falls under the state responsibility. The state and other duty bearers are responsible for observing human rights. In fact, in Indonesia, this obligation is highlighted in President Jokowi's policy through Nawacita, or the 9th Agenda of National Development, where state must always be present to protect the entire nation and its citizens. This is reflected in a series of human rights instruments that have been ratified by the government of Indonesia and translated into national laws and regulations. The rule of law is essential for protecting all elements of society without discrimination and intervention by any party. To implement it, the rule of law must be complemented by the ability to uphold it and the existence of public awareness to comply with it. This conference on cross-cultural religious literacy is intended for enhancing public awareness and discussion on the importance of multi-faith collaborations and girded by mutual respect between people of different religions and beliefs. Cross-cultural religious literacy is important in an increasingly connected and multicultural world where people of various religious and cultural background interact in a regular basis. Society can become more harmonious and inclusive with greater understanding and respect for differences. For this purpose, we have been working closely with the Leimena Institute to organize the teachers' training program on cross-cultural religious literacy, which has laid the foundation for this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, human rights program priorities in Indonesia include protection for the vulnerable, such as women, children with disability, people with disability, the minority and marginalized, freedom of religion, and access to justice. We place great importance on the issues of freedom of religion, as Indonesia is a very diverse society with the largest Muslim population in the world. However, it does not prevent us from coexisting peaceful with our Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, and Confucian brothers and sisters. One of the foundations of our society is religious tolerance, as stated in the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia, which guarantees the freedom of each citizen to profess their own religion. There are always people who are radicals and intolerant, but we continue to address the challenges with a comprehensive approach to avoid escalating into a bigger problem that incites hatred and violence and endangers peace and stability. This is where the rule of law plays its role to maintain public order and peace. Human right is not just an absolute right that may infringe others' right. The rule of law is important in ensuring and respecting every citizen's right. Establishing a legal framework against discrimination based on religion becomes imperative. In September 2023, the government of Indonesia has issued Presidential Declaration number 58, 2023. The government of Indonesia has issued Regulation number 58, 2023 on strengthening religious moderation a guide for central government, local governments, and religious communities to moderately strengthen perspectives, attitudes, and religious practices. In order to foster greater unity and brotherhood among religious communities, this legal framework is intended for strengthening religious harmony and communion, harmonization of religious and cultural relations, improving the quality of religious life services, as well as developing the community's economy and religious resources. Efforts to promote religious freedom and tolerance globally must be a joint effort to maintain world peace, justice, and international stability. Indonesia is actively promoting interfaith dialogue among diverse societies, nationally and internationally, in order to advance tolerance and respect for one another and promote empathy, understanding, and cooperation. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is encouraging to learn that participants of this international conference represent people from different backgrounds. This is a good forum for government officials, experts, academics, and civil society leaders from around the world to share perspectives and best practices in promoting cross-cultural religious literacy and human dignity in diverse society. Each of us can contribute to our common efforts in promoting a more tolerant and inclusive society in the world. I wish you a fruitful deliberation and exchange of views. With this remark, I officially open the International Conference on Cross-Cultural Religious Literacy.